Hey guys, so today Friday?
Yep.
Every time I'm like, oh hey, and I never know what day it is. I have to look at my phone. But it is Friday the 10th, March 10th. And guess what I just did? I just bought a cemetery plots. So, I don't know that a whole lot of couples our age think about that or even prepare for that, but I just bought Blake and I cemetery plots today. Like, we just left the office right now, and I'm very happy about it. I know that might sound really strange, maybe even morbid to some, but with my grandparents and even my aunt, my aunt passed away suddenly of a brain aneurysm, and all of them, with their passing, they had everything planned. They had everything taken care of. They had their plots, they had all of that planned and paid for, and that was in the midst of stress and heartache and trying to figure that out. That was a huge blessing for us as family. I'll show you right here. This is my grandma and grandpa right here, and then this is my aunt over here, my Aunt Doris, and my grandma and grandpa Camelot, that's my mom's parents, and like my great grandparents are just over there. So we love it up here, and Blake and I come up here often, and it's very peaceful and it's beautiful. I love mountains. Blake and I, when we were dating, a question I asked him, do you like the beach or the mountains? And he said he liked the mountains. I was like, good answer, because I love them. If I had to pick between the beach and the mountains, I want the mountains. Anyway, so that's Dash, and the pups came for a ride and they're in the car. I know. Anyway, so my grandparents are here. My mom had already gotten her and my dad plots up further at a different spot in the cemetery, and we just came to change their spots because they're opening a new spot in the cemetery. So it's a brand new area because it's getting full, and so the only spot she could get was this one in the corner, and it's like by some people's yard, and we're like, we don't want to join their barbecues. That might sound crazy, but anyway, so it's finally open, and we just transferred her spot, so she's over where she wants to be originally. And we're so lucky because those spots are already being purchased, and there was two right next to where my mom and dad are gonna be, and I just called Blake and was like, hey, I'm gonna get him. So I feel so good that we have our cemetery plots. We know where we're gonna be. And we love it up here, and we're with family, and yeah, so just taking a minute to say hi to my grandma and grandpa. I know they're not here, but really love coming here and reminiscing, talking about memories with my grandma and even my Aunt Doris, and how special they were to us, and they still are to us, and how much they've impacted our lives, and we are who we are because of them. I'm gonna actually go show you where we're gonna be. And then we have to hurry home because we have a viewing to go to tonight, and we also need to stop by the care center and check on my dad. All right, so this is where we're gonna be. So that pole right there, that's gonna be the road. So they're gonna make the road right along there, and then it's gonna be my mom and dad in these spots here. And then Blake and I will be here, and we have somebody here already, unfortunately. Just sad to have somebody there already, but yeah, Blake and I will be here, and then my mom and dad. We really like having, we want to buy the road, because before, we were over here. There's like right there, there's this rock wall thing here, and that's where my mom was before, and we wanted to be closer. I was like the exact opposite, because my grandma, I'll come down this way, you're fine, Mom. So my grandma is right here, and she's right by the road. You can see that sign right there. So my grandma and grandpa and my aunt are right there, and they're right by the road. And something we really like about that is when we come during Christmas or any time during the winter months, they're right by the side of the road, so we're not having to go trudging through the snow. And we know they're easy to find. We know right where they are. It's convenient, I guess, in a way, but it's nice too. We really like it. So this is really cool because you can see our view. We get this gorgeous mountain. Not that we're gonna be seeing, really. But when people come to visit, or what, it's just beautiful here. I really love coming here, and I love visiting my aunt and my grandparents and my great-grandparents, and remembering them and their lives and what they've done for us. And they're phenomenal. And like, when we go through hard times and hard struggles, my mom will tell me all the time, you come from a line of really strong women, and my grandma is one of those, and my great-grandma was one of those. But a little story about my grandma. So my grandma and grandpa, they were born and raised in Germany, and in Eastern Germany. Grandpa wasn't Eastern Germany? I didn't know that. But my grandma was in Eastern Germany. My grandpa, in fact, it was Roslau that grandma was at, is a little town. That's where she was raised, born and raised, grew up in. And when I was 17, I had the opportunity to take the most amazing trip with my mom and my sister, and we traveled to Germany, and I got to see where my grandma grew up and where she played and went to school, where she had her confirmation, and it was the coolest experience ever. That trip was really, really special. But so my grandpa, we actually have pictures of him in what you would call, say a Nazi uniform. He was forced, they had no choice. He was threatened. Yeah, he was conscripted, and if he didn't, they threatened they would take all his money, they would threatened his family, threatened to kill his family, and he had to go do that. And he was the navigator in a tank. And when they were fighting in the war and stuff, there was a grenade that was thrown into my grandpa's tank, and it exploded. And my grandpa was pronounced dead three times. Doesn't he have like a metal plate in his head? Like, he had shrapnel and stuff still in his body. But yeah, that was my grandpa. And my grandma and grandpa met on a ferry crossing the Rhine River, and they were married. But how did they even end up coming over here, Mom? Because wasn't great grandma, Oma and Opa, weren't they over here before? Or
they came with us. They were all over in Germany.
Yeah, my mom was born over in Germany. How old were you when you came back?
I was 6.
Yeah, my mom was 6 when she came over here. I'm not gonna put you in, I just want you by me. So my mom was 6 when she came over here from Germany. In fact, she doesn't remember learning English. She just has always remembered knowing how to speak English and German. So we have a lot of that. My grandma, both my grandparents were pretty amazing. Something with my grandma that really impacted me when we took that trip to Germany is we went to this church. It's a little Lutheran church in Roslau, and we have a picture of my grandma somewhere. So there's this picture of her standing in front of the gate at this church, and where she had her confirmation. And when we traveled over to Germany, we got to go to this church, and we asked them if we could go inside and see the church, and they said no, you can't come in, they're getting ready for Easter. It was we went in Easter around Easter time, and they were getting ready for all their Easter celebrations and services and stuff, and so they're like, nope, sorry, you can't come in. Well, who was it that told them? Was it, yeah, my mom's cousin Harold, who lives over there, still over in Germany. He was telling them that this is Edith's daughter, and they came over and they remembered my grandma. These people I've never met before. I still don't know who they are. But these people remembered my grandma. They're like, Edith, she's like celebrity factor over there. She was a hero to a lot of them because she got out before the wall went up. She got out of Eastern Germany, and these people just were like, you're Edith's daughter, and you're Edith's granddaughters, like, come in, and we got a tour from the top of the bell tower down to the basement. We got to see this whole church, and it was so beautiful. And that was my grandma. That when my mom says that I come from a line of really strong women, she's not kidding. And I know my mom and what she has been through, and that alone I think is really strong and amazing, and I take comfort in that. But then to get to know as much as I know about my grandma, and I'm just really, really grateful for them, because they sacrificed a lot. When she came over, they cut her out. She wasn't allowed back in to see her mom or her family. They took all the money she had in her bank account, and she had to start from ground zero. So yeah, just something I wanted to share, just something really special. I'm grateful for my heritage and my ancestors, and I love learning about them and how grateful I am to them. But kind of a really special day, and getting our cemetery plots, and I know I'll be close with my great-grandparents. Dash. Sorry. But I'm gonna be close with my Oma and Opa, and Dashel. I'll be close with my Oma and Opa and my grandparents and my aunt and my mom, and yeah, it's good. I'm glad I got that done. So we're heading off. See you in a bit.
Hi. How you doing? Do you know this is Angie?
A different Angie.
This is Angie.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where you're at?
Yeah.
Where?
I'm in my bedroom.
In your bedroom? Where's your bedroom? Where do you live?
In my bedroom.
Where are you going to? You said you haven't got that far yet. Where are you going?
The funeral.
Whose funeral?
Yeah, I'm just...
Being at Angie'S. We just went to the viewing tonight. The funeral's tomorrow, so it's not even there yet.
Yeah.
What's hurting? You're grimacing like something hurts. What hurts? What is hurting? You're grimacing like something hurts. What hurts?
The funeral just haven't got that far.
You're wanting to go to the funeral? That's tomorrow.
That's okay. Do you want some more water? Hiccup's coming. You want some more? Or are you good?
I just haven't got that far yet.
Okay. Put the water in.
Thumbs up.
I don't know what you're saying.